Hey guys, what is going on? We are back and we are going to be taking a look at a couple of different things today. We've got the official blog post for all of the Season 1 mid-season update content, as well as the patch notes from the Sledgehammer Games website, which is very, very exciting. Now, I've already taken a look at these previously, and what do I think about this patch just on a first little look? Well, I guess the right answer is disappointed, but not surprised, I think is the right way to look at this. I mean, they are doing a decent amount of work here, and there is indication that they are going to be continuing to do some more work into the future. But again, I really just feel like we could have had more out of this update. Like, even another map thrown in there in terms of like the multiplayer and stuff like that. But the content that we are getting is actually pretty cool. There's a lot of bug fixes, a lot of updates, and a lot of things that are getting changed, including weapon balancing. We're also getting the new Welgun, which I did talk about previously. But we do have the blog post on the Call of Duty website here, and as you can see, we're getting the Attack on Titan bundle. Again, this is one of the worst kept secrets in gaming. We saw this rumored ages and ages ago. I don't really know much about Attack on Titan. It's not an anime that I've actually known a lot about. I've never read it, never watched it, so this is not really for me, but that's okay. Content for you guys is always cool. If you're interested in this kind of thing, I'm very, very happy that you get a piece of content to enjoy. So as you can see here, you get a little bit of a look at some of the content that you're going to be receiving for the Attack on Titan bundle. Get Daniel Yatsu will be donning the legendary Survey Core gear. This looks pretty cool. I don't mind this. It's not something that I'm personally going to buy. I believe the bundle is going to cost 2,400 COD points. You get the nice looking skin, which does, I believe, fit the theme from the show. And you get a couple of weapon skins, weapon blueprints, and stuff like that as well. And as well as getting a new melee weapon, which is the big sword looking things. I'm sure we'll see it in here. Basically, you get these. From what I can tell, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to see it in here. There it is there. You get like the cool looking Titan Piercer blade. Again, as I was saying, this isn't really for me. I'm not super interested in this, but it is always nice to have a little bit of extra content that particular people can enjoy. That's always cool. Again, 2,400 COD points, I believe, for this thing that's been floating around. There is another operator that is, of course, joining the game, which, as you can see here, is Isabella Rosario Dulnuan Reyes, I believe is this character's name. I absolutely butchered that. I am 100% sure. And she's going to be the last operator available in like the Trident sort of trio thing that's going on. Again, this is going to be another one that you can unlock via a purchase from the store. As I was talking about the Welgun here, as we can see, this is a lovely looking thing. Apparently, it's going to be pretty good. The favorite weapon of Trident's Isabella the Welgun is a prototypical SMG whose raw stats slot it between the own gun and the weapon that the British Army chose it over, the Sten. It'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool addition to the game, I think. In multiplayer, it can reliably down targets in 4 shots or 3 with a shot to a headshot, like a vital area mixed in. Within your category standard, like your SMG ranges, there is also available .380 and .25 ACP magazine attachments that can either make it a powerful 3 to 2 shot kill SMG, boys. We are back on. Mwah. Ah, you love to see it. Or you can make it faster firing and more accurate, but that's going to be worse than getting a 2-shot kill. So that's probably what we're going to go with, but again, we'll have to wait and see how we get this thing. And then you can sort of add some attachments with some extra extended magazine, doubling its round count per magazine, or a 48 round drum, or of course the .380 ammo, which does make it very, very hard hitting, I believe. Sure, we're going to be able to find something to do with this weapon, and is going to be absolutely fantastic, especially when you can get that 2-shot kill. Of course, the Welgun is going to be available to be unlocked in 2 different ways. You can either get the in-game challenge done, which I believe is going to be some kind of SMG related challenge, or you're going to be able to buy it for a bundle in the store as well. There's going to be a pretty significant update to the Vanguard Zombies experience, which I'm not sure if anybody still plays at the moment. I think it's just like the experience was too far gone at this point. It's always nice to have new content in these games, but I feel like they left it just a touch long, and the experience wasn't super great to start off with. So when people were like, oh yeah, content, I guess. So I believe you're going to have access to never-ending classic gameplay in Shino Numa as part of this particular update, which is also very cool. As you can see here, I feel like this is pretty important. Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software, in addition to Beanox, High Moon Studios, and Toys for Bob, among others, are committed to supporting Vanguard and Warzone Pacific during Season 1 and beyond, actively listening to concerns, bugs, and requested features from the community. Now, keep in mind here, this is a little bit of a conversation for all of you out there complaining about the lack of updates for this game. When the last update did come out, the Season 1 update, that was expected to be a pretty decent one. Like, it was pretty much expected to last a little while, and they released it before Christmas. When stuff like that does happen before Christmas, and they go on Christmas break for about a week or 2, and then nothing happens. So expecting content to be released over the Christmas period was always going to be a little bit of a stretch. Even really bug fixes and stuff like that, there wasn't really too much they could have done about it. They simply weren't in the office. So just, it's okay. It's okay. The game is a little bit broken, but hopefully some of the changes that we're about to talk about in the patch notes can move towards fixing some of these issues. Alrighty, so jumping over to Sledgehammer's website here, we can see we do have the patch notes. If you did skip to this point, you will notice that the Sledgehammer website still does not have a dark mode, so yeah, the eyes are a bit tested here. As you can see, this is going to be the 1.5 update for the mid-season update in Season 1. Very, very cool stuff. Of course, this update is apparently due to go live today at 4 p.m. Pacific time, which I think is like in an hour as of recording this video, so I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see when this does go live. But as we have mentioned in a couple of videos recently, we can expect to see the significant changes to gameplay and bug fixes, which is just, I love to see it, man. We've nerfed the incendiary grenades and updated some of the perks to give you more opportunity to fight and counter fire damage, which is really, really good. They're sorry about it. They know it was broken, but at the time when they did release this and people came out and were like, hey, yeah, this is really broken, they simply weren't in the office to fix it, so there wasn't really much they could do. Alongside this, they actually did a little bit of a weapon balancing pass, buff some of the snipers, which for all of you sniper fans out there, this is good news. I haven't actually leveled up too many of them yet, apart from the Gorenko anti-tank gun, which is not included in the balance update, so that is a little bit of an interesting one. So we'll have to take a look at some of the snipers and see if they are actually any good. They've also fixed some of the bugs relating to the camo, so all you out there going for the atomic camo, we'll talk about that in a second because this is very, very cool. And they fixed some of the stupid spawns on control, so that's going to be nice as well as some of the issues with packet burst. This sentence here, pretty important. We've heard your feedback on some of the issues that we've been facing since Vanguard's launch, and we want you to know that we are committed to improving the state of Vanguard multiplayer. Bluntly speaking, not every fix in today's update will be a perfect fix, and some issues, especially with spawns and packet burst, they're going to fix them eventually. They'll get around to it, don't stress about it. If you like the game but it's kind of broken at the moment, they'll eventually get around to fixing it. Alrighty, getting into the actual patch notes here, we do have the stability issues. Several sources of packet burst have been identified and resolved. I love to see that, man. Packet burst still kind of annoying in this game. Doesn't happen on me too much anymore, but definitely still an issue that is kind of significant. So being able to get rid of some of these issues is always good. Multiple sources of crashes in the multiplayer have been identified as well. Xbox Series X players will no longer experience game crashing with the CDN setting enabled. That's dumb, but really needs to be fixed. Like, you just don't want to have games crashing all the time. And playing with keyboard and mouse will no longer result in controller needed message. Never seen that before. Spawns, of course, they have improved the spawn logic to be improved on all small maps with higher player counts, so I'd expect to see some improvements to, again, those smaller maps. Adjusting spawn logic for domination on dome. I've seen some goofy spawns on dome and domination, so this is always a nice thing. Spawns in control mode have been significantly adjusted to prevent out-of-map spawns on Tuscan and prevent spawning in an enemy line of sight on Barrage, and prevent players spawning directly in front of teammates. Moving on to some of the equipment and weapon bug fixes, of course, the attack dogs and the guard dogs now count towards the Panzerfaust camo challenges. I think there's a camo challenge for the Panzerfaust which needs you to get 3 kill streak kills either in a life or in a game, which is always going to be tough. I mean, that's really, really tough. So basically now you're going to be able to kill guard dogs and attack dogs. That's a good change. It appears that the STG is now going to be tracking camos properly with the bloodthirsty kills and of course the multi-kills for these specific weapon challenges, so that is good as well. The katana is supposed to be able to be unlocked properly. The 3-line rifle can now be reloaded with a specific scope attached. That's really dumb, but always a nice fix. They've addressed an issue that prevented the kill an enemy while they have a spy plane active 5 times challenge from tracking. That's good. And the rest of these aren't really super important, but again, minor issues and fixes. Hopefully we do end up seeing more of these. They can just continuously churn out fixes and stuff like that to make the game as polished and as beneficial as possible for as many people as they can. Alrighty, weapon balancing. This is the stuff that we love here today, boys. We do have the M1 Garand starting us off here with you reduced recoil. Always a nice little boost to get that recoil under control. Type 99, they've reduced the aim flinch to reduce the aim down side speed and retain the one-shot kill potential for chest shots when smaller caliber ammo is used. That's a pretty significant deal here. Being able to get that one-shot kill is very significant for most of the snipers, and when you were using the smaller ammo here, like, it just wasn't able to get those one-shot kills. So being able to do that is really, really nice. They've reduced the aim down sight speed on the 3-line rifle, no other changes there. And the Kar 98K, a similar change we saw with the Type 99 with the smaller magazine. The smaller caliber, you can still get that one-shot kill if you do get somebody in the chest. In the ammo, we do have the hollow point change, remove damage range penalties. That is interesting. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that's going to mean, but we should see a little bit more use out of hollow point equipment. Stun grenades, reduce the stun grenade damage in hardcore modes. Apparently stun grenades were just ridiculous at killing people in hardcore, which is pretty funny, and they have reduced how long players are affected by stun grenades. That's a good change. The incendiary grenade, this is the one that we've been talking about recently. The damage has been reduced. That is always good. I'm not 100% sure like how exactly this is reduced. I'd like more detailed statistics here, so just keep that in mind. We mentioned this previously as well. The Mortar Barrage, the duration has been reduced. The number of strikes per streak has been reduced, and of course they addressed an issue where the Mortar Barrage deployment was inconsistent. Oh, I might actually go back to using the Mortar Barrage now because that thing was just so annoying. Just being able to put it down was just so inconsistent, so dumb, but okay, hopefully that's fixed now. They've changed some of the perks as well. There's a slight delay added before the perk activates with high alert. Just when you get seen by an enemy, it's not going to flash up immediately. Dauntless does give you immunity to fire and burning effects, including incendiary rounds, flame knot, and lingering fire on the ground. This is an interesting change here. We have to see what incendiary rounds, like immunity to that, actually means. I believe it's just going to cut out the burn damage part, so instead of being able to get that extra 9 burn damage on top, you're just not going to take any damage or extra damage from that incendiary ammo. So that's a nice change. Fortified reduces the incoming fire damage taken by 30% and reduces excessive damage of all explosions. That is very, very nice as well. Fortified always seemed like a little bit of a lackluster perk, and adding these extra special bonuses to it is really nice as well. As you can see here, there is a pretty significant zombies content update, which I'm not super interested in. If you do want to read the zombies update for yourself, make sure you do check the description for this particular link. It'll take you to the Sledgehammer Games website, and you can go through all of the zombies content update, because we're not going to read through this because I'm not really interested in zombies this year. And I'm not sure many of you guys are actually interested in zombies yet either, so yeah, read this for yourself if you like. And that's pretty much it here. These are the patch notes, and of course, wrapping up this video, we are expecting to receive a number of changes. I believe this is going live today as of recording this video. I'm not 100% sure of the time. It does say 4 p.m. Pacific time, which I believe is like 11 a.m. my time, so it could be live in about 40 minutes after recording this, but I really don't know at this point. Using a time converter is a little tricky sometimes. So again, thank you very much for watching this one, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!